I've just found a brand new GTA 5 Easter egg in 2025, and the Easter egg is this old abandoned house. Now I know what you're thinking, this house has been in the game since 2013. Yes, it has. But nobody has ever figured out why this house is in the game, or why this house is abandoned. Most people assumed that it wasn't anything special, it was just a random abandoned house put in by Rockstar. But it's actually so much more than that. This house is an Easter egg. It's a direct reference to the real-life abandoned ghost town called Ludlow. And by direct reference, I mean this exact house literally exists in real life in that ghost town, and it looks exactly the same. But before I show you this entire new Easter egg and all of my findings, we need to go over some misinformation about this house. Because this abandoned house has been a goldmine for all of those fake clickbait GTA YouTubers ever since 2013. These YouTubers would make videos about this house claiming that they saw a ghost, that they heard weird sounds, or that they saw faces in the walls. Now obviously none of these videos are true, this house is not haunted, but there is something to note down. In the 2023 Halloween event, Rockstar did actually put 2 ghosts around this house. Now these ghosts could either spawn on the front balcony or in the back room. But that's all this was, a Halloween event. There are no actual ghosts tied to this house. And all of these YouTubers in 2013 were missing the bigger picture. They created a fake Easter egg out of an actual Easter egg. So now you know all the misinformation that was spread about this house. Now let's get into what this house actually is. Now I told you earlier that this abandoned house exists in real life, and it does. It's sitting in the Californian ghost town known as Ludlow. Now as you can see by the footage in the background, the house looks damn near identical. But why is this one abandoned house sitting in GTA 5, and why is the house abandoned to start with? To know the answers to these questions, we need to know the story of Ludlow, which is also the exact same backstory to Route 66. Yes, I said Route 66, don't hold that against me in the comments. Now Ludlow today is known as a ghost town, but it was once a lot more than that. It was originally an old railroad town in 1882. Now once the steam locomotive disappeared, there was no need for old railroad towns, so Ludlow didn't have a purpose. But once Route 66 was built straight through it, they decided to reinvent themselves as a traveller's rest stop. So people travelling on Route 66 would stop there, get gas, get food, and stay at the hotel if that rest stop has one. But that was the exact role of this building in Ludlow. This was a hotel. Now this hotel had many names, they reinvented themselves often, but I think the most popular name was the Pentagast Hotel. Now it's very hard to find a photo of this hotel in good condition on the internet, but I managed to find a few. I think these photos are from the 1940s. So it's a very old building, and that's why it's famous now, because it's one of the few buildings in the ghost town of Ludlow that still stands. Obviously now it's in pretty bad condition in 2025, but back when they sent out scouts for GTA 5 in 2010, the building would have looked almost identical to how it does in GTA 5 today. Now like I said earlier, the town of Ludlow reinvented themselves for Route 66, and they were doing great as a rest stop until Interstate 40 came along. Now Route 66 went from Chicago to California, went straight across the states. But you see, Route 66 wasn't a straight highway, it was a bunch of zigzags that passed through all of these little towns like Ludlow. So it wasn't a direct route. If you actually wanted to get somewhere, it would take you ages. And that's why Interstate 40 was created. It was a better, faster route eliminating all of these small towns. And it completely took over from Route 66, causing Route 66 to finally be decommissioned in 1984. This killed most of the businesses and the little towns along Route 66, including Ludlow and the Pentagast Hotel, resulting in people abandoning the town, which is why Ludlow is now called a ghost town. They did move some of the buildings, and I believe there is a new gas station in Ludlow now, but a few of the buildings, including the building from GTA 5, was left behind and abandoned. All of this because of Interstate 40. Now if you've ever seen the movie Cars, then you already know about Interstate 40. That's the whole reason that Radiator Springs is so abandoned and dead. That's just a good example I thought I'd throw in there for all of the non-Americans watching this video. So now you know what happened to Ludlow and why it's called a ghost town, and what this building in GTA 5 was in real life. It was a hotel. But why is this one singular building sitting in GTA 5? Well, if you didn't know already, Route 66 is also in GTA 5, but it's called Route 68. Now, a lot of these buildings on Route 68 actually exist in real life. Like a few of these motels are actual motels taken from Route 66. And of course, Route 68 in GTA 5 goes straight across the GTA 5 map, just like Route 66 goes straight across America. And this old abandoned house can be found fairly close to this road, and even closer to the railway line. And that's because in real life most of the ghost town Ludlow is in between Route 66 and the railway line. As a matter of fact, there's actually footage on YouTube showing how close this abandoned house really is to the railway. You can often see trains go by right behind this house, and that's why this house is positioned perfectly in GTA 5. One singular abandoned building in GTA 5 representing the entire ghost town of Ludlow. It's a beautiful Easter egg and very similar to the North Shore Motel. So there you go, that's the brand new GTA 5 Easter egg I found in 2025, and I'm actually very glad that I found that. That old abandoned house always bothered me because I knew there had to be something more to it, and this is it. No ghosts, no clickbait, just a piece of Californian history. Now if you enjoyed this or learned something new, drop a like because that helps me an incredible amount. Subscribe and I'll see you in the next video.